So we kind of like start the music video High Alone with the first song on this album. He's alone, but in a depressing way. And in Made Me a Man, he's alone, but he's high alone in a triumphant way. Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another reaction. We are checking out what is the final track on the Magic Man album, Magic Man 2 by Jackson Wang. Made Me a Man, the official music video. I'm really excited about this one. Before even getting into the song itself and the music video itself, it's a very fitting title for the song, and the fact that it's the final song on this album makes a lot of sense in terms of how it's going to tie everything up as far as like all of my experiences, everything that we've checked out thus far with High Alone, Buck, Gotta Be a Dick, and Hate to Love. All these things that I've been through made me the man that I am today. So in reality, with all of the darkness that I've kind of gone through, being betrayed in Hate to Love, feeling the need to preserve myself peace, and by doing so I have to be a dick sometimes, so gotta be a dick. Buck was like going into that dark place in your mind and almost like exacting your revenge upon that someone that betrayed you. Like I went to the deepest, darkest places in my mind, went to hell, or I was willing to go to hell to get my revenge on you, and then he snapped out of it and it was all just a dream. But in that dream, it was so consuming that even the Jeet Dosanjh, the collab, the feature in the music video, he was smiling at him as Jackson was eating, I believe it was an octopus maybe, or was it a squid? There was both octopus and a squid in that music video, and Gotta Be a Dick also had the squid. And Gotta Be a Dick, the Number I collaboration had a dried squid, which is also kind of funny and really a nice attention to detail on Jackson and his team's part. But in Buck, even Dijit Dosanjh kind of like smiled at him as he was eating that octopus, almost like the deepest places in his mind, giving him the okay to go off and do your worst to that person, but he snapped out of it. And then obviously High Alone was ironically the first track on this album, and it's kind of like realizing that you are this puppet for everyone's entertainment and everyone's pleasure as you are dying inside of that tank, and no one really gives a shit. Everybody's just watching, and it's all like rich, pompous pricks and whatever else. So I feel like Made Me a Man, without even going into the song yet, it's kind of like going to be the culmination of all the things that hurt me. At the same time, I would probably not regret ever anything. If I had to do it all over again, maybe I would do the exact same thing. I would trust the exact same people because we're only human, and you can never tell when is someone going to betray you, and someone that in Hate to Love you treated as family betrayed you, betrayed your trust, took something away from you, and almost acted as the victim when you called them out. So it feels like Made Me a Man is going to be a song where I'm not going to take anything back. If I could do this all over again, I would probably do the same thing because, you know, it's in our nature to trust someone and to want, you know, to love someone or have a good relationship with someone. Doesn't matter what kind of a relationship. But that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. And actually, I found an article. There was an interview that Jackson had with Zane Lowe, who called the track powerful, a very powerful song, and noting that it feels like Jackson is making peace with past struggles, when Jackson basically agreed, saying, yeah, the last song made me a man, and it's a chapter 4, acceptance, accepting it and moving on, and that's every situation in life. So without further ado, let's get into it. Oh.
I learned how to run before I could walk. They silenced my voice before I could talk. Was chasing a highs, but I still missed the mark. You were the light, you were the light when I was lost in the dark.
Damn.
I told myself enough isn't love. Tired of living life for the rest. It's all been a little too much.
Damn. The location is gorgeous too. Very zen.
You made me a man.
Ooh.
You made me a man. You made me a man.
Damn.
You made me a man. You made me a man. Take all the past, there's no going back. Take all the mask, it ain't gonna last. Like a mirage, I thought it was magic. Thought it was magic.
It's magic, man.
I told myself enough isn't love. Tired of living life for the rest. It's all been a little too much.
Oh, the sound design is really nice as well. Like, this is the mind of Jackson. Gloves off, makeup's off. Showing true vulnerability, you know. No more hiding. Behind the darkness, quote unquote. And the soul of Jackson came back, basically. That was almost like suppressed by like the quote unquote magic man alter ego. That was like a protective a protective mechanism, like a self-defense mechanism. Damn. Oh, live the magic. Oh, this is very vulnerable, obviously, and very emotional. But I reacted to Jackson Wang, but somebody there saw Jackson's Wang. I'm so sorry, that was so immature. I know, but come on, to make it more mature again, and to sound a little bit smarter than I actually am. This kind of reminds me of Nude by Idol. Like, but Nude ironically was like the metaphor of nude, not necessarily taking off your clothes, but here it's like emphasizing the metaphor of this is who I am, almost like starting over by accepting all the experiences and everything that I've been through, as you have like the visuals of Jackson in the black and white, almost like trying to escape the darkness in a way. And they may have even like filmed in the same location, which only emphasizes the point, like, you know, you can either look at things through like a bright lens, or you can look at things through like a negative lens in a way. And in the negative perspective, no matter what place you will be in, it will always look dark and gloomy. Whereas the reality of the situation is like you have like this incredible location that you chose to look negatively upon because that was your mindset. So letting all of that go and actually seeing the beauty and then setting yourself free was kind of like, you know, realizing that all of these experiences made you the man that you are today. And also kind of like letting go of trying to be someone that you are not. The lyrics, learning how to run before I learned how to walk. When you think about who Jackson is, who GOT7 is, you think about, you know, some of these incredible like groups and idols that were thrown into the limelight at such a young age before they even knew how to manage themselves, manage their money, manage their life. They're already making such a giant scene. and they're popular, and they're being idolized by so many people around the world, when in reality they don't even know themselves, you know? So it's like learning to run before I could walk is kind of like a very ironic thing to say, because that's literally what some groups are out there kind of like doing. And it makes me think of like there's like Social Path by Stray Kids, where literally one of the most iconic lines is "Gave up my youth for my future." It makes me think of that, but also just trusting, just being a very like open individual that trusts easily and doesn't believe that people are out there to get them, only to be got by someone that they considered family, or someone that you considered, you know, close to you, or actual family. Whatever the song could relate on your own personal life and the way it reflects your own personal life, you know. I'm sure that we all had these situations. I certainly had. It's just something that definitely Jackson managed to invoke those feelings of wanting that revenge, and like something like Buck, and imagining doing the worst things possible to that person, just, you know, stripping them of all of their fucking dignity and whatever else, and then kind of like snapping out of it because that's not the kind of person you are. And then realizing that all of these experiences, at the end of the day, it's like XP points that I gained to become a stronger person, you know, whether it's mentally or even physically, you know, but most mentally and like psychologically. Like, I felt like Jackson has done a phenomenal job. And like, the metaphor of him like walking and going on like this giant ass walk as well is also very symbolic. Like all the steps that he needed to take, learning finally to actually walk before running, and appreciating the small things, appreciating taking your time, appreciating going on a slow pace, so to speak, and not taking everything at once. You know, I thought that that was also really, really cool. As he says, you know, I'm tired of aiming high and missing the mark. Like, I'm getting the money, you know, as he said in his God 7 verse in Python, you know, called the accountant up, said the money's up to space. Like, I got all the money, but I'm missing the mark. Like, it's not really hitting that emotional value that I wanted to achieve. Therefore, he's like, not just exposing, he's revealing his true identity to the entire world, taking off the makeup, taking off the alter ego persona, and just being insanely vulnerable in the most figurative and later on the most literal way possible, showing his entire self to the world, as his back is against us, but his front is facing the entire world. So it's like, it also puts a very funny perspective of gotta be a dick some days, because you're gonna be a dick to everyone in that moment. But overall, this was really an incredible song. I really love the acoustic guitar as well, because it just exudes such it sounded so fragile. It sounded so vulnerable and so open as well. Like, I really love the vibe of the song, and I love the way Jackson just tied, even without listening to the full album, just the 4 music videos that we checked out, it ties it all in so well. I also love like the black and white shots, you know, saying take off the past, it ain't gonna last. Like, everything is just a mirage. There was um like magic, as ironically, you know, Magic Man, and like the alter ego itself. It was a really cool like symbolism. I love the black and white. I love like this rain slash like this snowfall effect that they had as well. And like this this feeling of like uncertainty in a way, as it's kind of like shaking, strobing, and whatever else, as he's kind of like in a way almost like fighting himself to liberate himself, if that makes sense. Like, I thought that Jackson has done an absolutely phenomenal job. The vocals were, again, also very, very vulnerable. I feel like he can sound insanely like sexy when he wants to. He can sound very confident when he wants to, and he can also dial it down and be like very vulnerable and fragile, which is also something that he did very well. And combining that with the acoustic guitar, I feel like this was just an amazing way to finish off this album. So I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, as always, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll just say thank you to Jackson, because Magic Man 2, these 5 music videos that we checked out, have been absolutely incredible. I relate to them in more ways than I can even express, really, whether it's the depression aspect, the hatred aspect, wanting to get back at someone aspect, or just the aspect of, you know what, in the end, all these things have made me the person that I am today. And therefore, I became stronger in a way by accepting all of it instead of focusing on, how much it hurt me or how much it sets me back, because in the end, it's not going to move me further in this world. It's just going to hold me back. So let it go. The mantra of just basically, you got to be a dick. You don't want to please someone just to appease them because they just want to see you in a particular version that is just, a version that they like, not a version that is the real you. And once you become the real you, they suddenly kind of like start to shift away and you start seeing like the realities of the world. And sometimes, in order to preserve your self peace, much like the song, you gotta be a dick. Again, thank you to Jackson for all these incredible music videos and really showing your true self. Not to sound kind of like corny about it or too cringe about it, but it was really beautiful to see the transformation and like the evolution of Jackson as well, starting off with High Alone and then accepting, as he's literally kind of like ironically high alone. Like he's at the height of the mountain, so to speak, but he is also alone. So we kind of like start the music video High Alone with the first song on this album. He's alone, but in a depressing way. And in Made Me a Man, he's alone, but he's high alone in a triumphant way. So that's actually kind of cool if you think about it as well in a literal sense. Thank you so much again to Jackson. Thank you to anyone who watched this reaction and enjoyed the Jackson reactions. I really appreciate you guys. Always love reading you guys' comments. And if you enjoyed it, again, make sure to like this video, comment your thoughts, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.